The Oscars are this weekend. Most actors and actresses never get a chance to walk the red carpet for an Academy Award, but producer Elisa Adams and photographer Rob McJan had found one local acting troupe where the process of becoming a performer is the reward.
E's, close your eyes, and A's, slowly walk us around the circle.
When you're putting your emotions out on the stage for hundreds of people to see, trust is pretty important.
Wonderful. Now, let's switch.
So trusting others is part of acting classes at the Black Theater Troupe, where they understand that performing, especially with kids, is about more than ego gratification.
It really is a way to give them a voice and a sense of freedom.
The thing that I like about acting is it lets me just be myself. It flows out of me and I get to show my feelings.
When I'm doing acting, it's like I'm at home. It's like I'm just chilling and just watching regular TV, except I'm in a place that I have to pay attention.
So we want to control our instrument.
Part of the mission of the Black Theater Troupe is fostering the love of performance for underserved communities.
I would like to introduce you to our expert.
Sometimes all that means is allowing kids to imagine themselves on stage.
I think it's important for them to see themselves doing different things. They can see themselves playing basketball or, singing or what have you. But for them to see themselves in positions of influence.
You don't have to, just stay. No, stay or don't stay. It doesn't matter.
Positions of being someone that could change things, and that's what the arts do. The arts are a reflection of our civilization.
Toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat.
Acting classes here can be silly.
Toy boat, toy boat, toy boat.
You are amazing. Give her a hand.
And infused with lessons kids never see coming.
Control your instrument.
We're not trying to create the next Kerry Washington or Denzel. Great, if we get that, we're all okay with it. But it's more about equipping them with life skills that they can use in a job interview and shake hands and be articulate and formulate sentences that are concise and clear.
We learned our posture, we learned how to stand, and we learned how to not be afraid.
I love it.
Of course, laying it all out there under the lights can still be terrifying.
The thing that is challenging for me is seeing all these people I don't know, and I might shake and I might mess up, and it's just really worrying.
But it's nothing a little perspective can't help.
What I like about acting is when I do it for the first time and I get scared, and that's a good thing because if you do it more than once, you won't be scared.
Now don't be foolish.
When Mike Traylor found his way to the stage as a young kid, the impact was profound.
Wait a minute.
I was the real introverted, shy kid in school, and it literally saved my life. It gave me a mission, a passion. I just loved doing it. It was the funnest thing I could do.
This isn't how we deal with problems.
So he's still doing it. He understands that the lessons learned and people encountered here shape him.
It's about working together. It's about working with theater's the most collaborative group I know of. That's one reason why I like it. And we accept everybody.
I get to join all these new African Americans that I've maybe not know, and then we get along a lot.
Put your hands on top.
There was this woman, and we made up a handshake. Me and Lonnie did too.
Use that imagination. There's no right or wrong.
The Black Theater Troupe produces work by African Americans on subjects often overlooked. And while the kids may not completely understand the significance, they do feel a difference here.
Sometimes when I'm around other people who aren't, my color, I feel like they're gonna, laugh at me when I do something.
This feels safe.
And I feel more comforted when I'm here.
How will you guide that person with just a thumb?
And while performing takes a certain kind of courage and maturity. These kids are still kids.
I want to be an architect with buildings, singing, acting. I want to be an artist.
Dreaming big.
When I grow up, I want to be a actor, and if that doesn't work for me, then
with no limits.
I will go to a famous soccer team like Barcelona or Real Madrid.
Just possibilities.
I want to be a ballerina and doctor.
I like dance too.
The Black Theater Troupe holds a summer program of acting classes and workshops for kids of all ages.
I'm a PhD student in criminology law and society.
I have an expertise in construction history.
I also happen to be a swing dancer. Oh, and I'm a source.
And I really like being a source.
Great journalism requires great sources, and we want you to be one of them. Arizona PBS is building a network of viewers, people with insight into the stories we cover and the stories we should cover. Explore what it means to be a source for the Arizona PBS Public Insight Network at azpbs.org/pin.
Friday on Arizona Horizon, it's the Journalists Roundtable. The state Senate passes a bill that targets anyone involved in a protest that turns violent. And lawmakers in the House look at yet another way to target the Citizens Initiative process. Those stories and more on the Journalists Roundtable. That is it for now. I'm Ted Simons. Thank you so much for joining us. You have a great evening.
Arizona Horizon is made possible by contributions from the Friends of Arizona PBS, members of your PBS station. Thank you.